Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's lesson, we're going to learn how to factor perfect square trinomials, one of the easiest and most recognizable forms in algebra. If you've ever seen an expression like x squared plus 6x plus 9, you're already looking at one. So let's break it down together, step by step. Factoring perfect square trinomials. What is perfect square trinomials? A perfect square trinomial is a special type of trinomial that comes from squaring a binomial. It follows one of these patterns. Squared of a plus b is equals to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, and squared of a minus b is equals to a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So this trinomial is a perfect square since it comes from this squaring binomial. And how to identify a perfect square trinomial? First term is a perfect square. Last term is a perfect square. And what is this perfect square? 1 times 1 or 1 squared is equals to 1. 2 squared or 2 times 2 is equals to 4. 3 squared or 3 times 3 is equals to 9. 4 squared is equals to 16. So 1, 4, 9, and 16, those numbers are example of perfect square. And regarding to variables, the exponent must be even number. And the middle term is twice the product of the square roots of the first and the last term. So this is the formula. So 2 times or twice the product of the square root of this first term and this last term.
Okay, so factor the perfect square trinomial. First is we need to identify if this given trinomial is a perfect square trinomial. Dapat, first term and the last term must be perfect square. And this middle term must be twice the product of the square root of this first term and this last term. Since the square root of this is since the square root of this is b and the square root of this 9 is 3, so 3 times b is 3b times 2, since twice is 6b. So it means this number 1 is an example of perfect square trinomial. Now we can factor now. So this is square binomial. So square root of b square is b. Since this is negative, we will use negative, and the square root of 9 is 3. So the answer is b minus 3 square, or square of b minus 3. Number 2, c square and 64 is a perfect square. Okay, so let's factor this. c square, square root of c square is c. Since this is positive, so we will use positive. Then square root of 64 is 8. Then square. Let's check kung yung middle term nga ba niya is twice. So 8 times c is 8c times 2 is 16c. Number 3, we have 5d squared plus 10d plus 5. Since 5 is not a perfect square, the first term and the last term is not a perfect square, but the middle term is 10. So first is we can factor this first by the common factor of 5. So common sila sa 5. So this will become d square plus 10 divided by 5 is 2d plus 5 divided by 5 is 1. Now we can factor this now. So we have 5. Then what is the square root of d square is d. Then plus square root of 1 is 1. Then don't forget to put 2. Okay, so the final answer is 5 times square of d plus 1. Number 4, negative 7a square minus 28e minus 28. Okay, so number 5 almost the same sa number 3. Negative 7, negative 28 are not perfect square. Okay, but they are common by 7. So first is we can factor this by negative 7. They have common by negative 7. Okay, so divide by negative 7. So this will become a square na lang. And negative 28 is divided negative 7 is positive 4a. And negative 28 divided negative 7 is positive 4. Now we can factor now since a square and 4 are both perfect square. Copy the negative 7. Okay, a square, square root of a square is e. Since it's positive, we can use positive. Then square root of 4 is 2. Okay, square. Okay, so the final answer is negative 7 is square of the quantity of a plus 2. Okay, number 5. Number 5, so we have 16m to the 4th, negative 40n square m cubed plus 25 n to the 6th power. Okay, 16, 40, and 25 did not have a common. But 16 is already a perfect square and 25 is also a perfect square. The both variables, the exponent, even number. So perfect square silang parehas. Now we can factor this down. So square root of 16 is 4 and square root of m to the 4th is m square. Just divide 2. Since it's negative, we will use negative. Then square root of 25 is 5. Then n divide 2 lang po. So n cubed. Okay, so lagyan natin yung square. Okay, so the final answer is square of the quantity of 4m squared minus 5n cubed.
Common mistakes to avoid. Assuming it's perfect square just because the first and the last terms are squares. Forgetting to check the middle term is really 2ab. Incorrect factoring the binomial. Remember, signs matter. Factoring perfect square trinomials is quick and easy when you know the pattern. If this video helped you, hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss any future math tutorials. Thanks for watching and keep practicing.